Hello everyone and welcome again to our class. This is the third lesson in art and what we are going to talk about today is art criticism of Western and classical arts. For our most essential learning competency, at the end of the lesson you'll be able to reflect on and drive the mood, idea or message from selected artworks and discuss the use or function of artworks by evaluating their utilization and combination of art elements and principles. By the way, I would appreciate if you will subscribe to my channel where I post all the lessons in MAPE. And if you like this video, please leave a like and comment after the lecture has ended. So let's get started. One of the important quotes that I have read about art is that the logic in art reflects important principles, moods and ideas, as well as function and utilization of arts. So first, let's discuss painting, particularly from the prehistoric era. So we discussed last time about the Altamira cave, which is one of the most popular places where we can find these cave paintings. And the dominant features of that painting were high-quality three-dimensional rendering, also almost in realistic form, di ba? Parang binanggit ko na nakaraan na discussion natin sa art na taliwas sa pagkakaintindi natin o pagkakaalam natin tungkol sa mga sinaunang tao, yung pinapakita ng mga cave paintings from the prehistoric era. Kasi parang idea natin, mga sinaunang tao is parang uneducated, parang sobrang wild ng kanilang buhay. But when we saw this type of paintings, particularly one from the Altamira cave, we could say na yung mga sinaunang tao na talagang nagre-reflect na sila ng artistry even before that. Bakit bago pa yung panahon na nauso yung pagsusulat. Kaya it's very interesting to know na merong mga na sa simula't-simula pa meron ng artistic side ang human, di ba? And this is evident in the cave paintings that we can see, particularly in the Altamira cave. And most of the paintings found in that cave focuses on bison that were hunted primarily for food and for other useful products. So, di ba sinabi din natin nung nakaraan sa discussion natin na ang mga tao noong sinaunang panahon, they are all hunters. And siyempre, mga hunters, naghahunt sila ng mga hayop at saka kapwa nila tao. Kaya it is very significant that most of the paintings in these caves na pinag-usapan natin nakaraan are animals na kanilang hinahunt, and mostly are bison. Second is the paintings from the ancient Egypt. So, wall painting of Nefertiti, wherein this is found in the tomb of Nefertiti that depicts her journey to immortal life. So, we see that we already discussed that Egyptians believe in life after death, and ito'y pinapakita ng sobra-sobra sa kanilang mga wall paintings. So isa na nga dito yung sikat na wall painting ni Nefertiti. So Nefertiti is one of the political leaders during that time in the ancient Egyptian dynasty, and Nefertiti is the prominent queen of the 19th dynasty of Egypt, who is the favorite wife of Ramesses II. And the monument of Nefertiti conveys the revitalized power of Ramesses II. So we can see their belief in life after death, particularly here, di ba? Bawat mga images na yan, meron siyang sinisimbolize na mga journey ng isang king or ng isang queen after nang matay siya. And then another is the ancient Greek. So one of the popular paintings from the ancient Greek is the Heracles and Athena, the interior of red figure, drinking cup, or the kylix. This is one we have also discussed last time, depicting Heracles and Athena. So painting provides a fine example of optimism of the Athenian people during the late archaic period as they approach a limited form of democracy and ended the rule of tyrants. So, di ba, yun nga sinabi natin kanina na yung logic ng art nire-reflect siya ng mood, ng idea, ng mga nangyayari, ng panahon ng sinaunang panahon. So, we could see that dito sa ancient painting na to, na Heracles at saka Athena, na pinapakitan yung kasimplehan ng buhay ng mga ancient Greek during that time nung magkaroon sila ng limited form of democracy na natapos yung rulership ng mga tyrants sa kanila. Kaya makita natin, di ba yan, no? Sineservan ni Athena si Heracles ng water or wine, and then while he is holding a cup, and this is found in the cup of, or also known as calyx. Next is the mosaic of Alexander the Great from the ancient Roman Empire. So this is created using small pieces of colored glass, stones, or other materials. And the art details of Alexander mosaic is in the house of Pompey, and it depicts the battle between armies of Alexander the Great and Darius III of Persia. So it's very historical, and at the same time, it is so marvelous na ginawa siya na decoration sa House of Pompey kasi syempre, ano na to, ancient art na ito, and it is a mosaic, di ba? So, talagang isa sa mga pine-preserve na mga paintings na nagmula sa ancient Roman, itong Alexander the Great mosaic. So, nung pumasok naman ang medieval era, meron din kanya-kanyang characteristic ang bawat painting from the Byzantine, Romanesque, and Gothic. So, let's talk about Byzantine painting. One of the most popular paintings from the Byzantine period is the mosaic of Empress Theodora during the 6th century. So it represents Empress Theodora and her offerings to Christ. So we all know that during the time of the medieval period, ang pinaka-dominant power, political power and influence during that time is yung Catholic Church. And even yung mga people from the royal family are dedicating their lives sa church, okay? So she was one of the first ruler to recognize the rights of women, and her position in the mosaic shows her status as co-ruler. So she has a richly attired decorated with jewels. So yan, makikita natin itong painting na to. Actually, this is not a painting, this is a mosaic. Okay? So it depicts ito si Empress Theodora, and she is offering something for Christ, which shows her religious belief. Another one is from the Romanesque, which is Christ in Majesty. So, this is a painting from the Church of Saint Clemente in Mandorla, which is an almond-shaped frame that surrounds the totality of an iconographic figure. So, sinabi natin Mandorla, ito yung, ayan o, yung parang border na oval shape na nakasurround kay Christ. So, we call that Mandorla. Popular to sa mga medieval paintings, yung ganitong klase ng style, to emphasize kung sino yung subject nila. And then, this is surrounded by tetromorph or a Romanesque fresco. So, say fresco, this is a material used in painting. And tetromorph is an example of a Romanesque fresco. And lastly, let's talk about Gothic paintings. And one of the popular examples from this is The Lady and the Unicorn. So it depicts the popular legends and love stories, patterns like the style of Millefleur, meaning the 1,000 flowers, and it is also called the tapestry cycle, the title of a series of 6 Flemish tapestries depicting 5 senses, which are taste, hearing, sight, smell, and touch. So that's the end of my discussion, and I hope that you learned something from me. Leave a like and comment on this video if you like this content, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button. I appreciate all the love from you guys, so stay safe and see you again next time.